So today we're looking at one of the best defensemen in the league, Cale Makar. He is probably one of the best defensemen I've seen in a long time. His team's pretty nasty too. They're up against Vancouver Canucks. Obviously not a big offensive threat in the Canucks, but they still put Colorado to the test. So let's just dive right into it. All right, guys, so our first shift here, we have Cale Makar early in the game showing a good example of gap control and just holding the zone. So we have him right here highlighted, and he's just holding the zone. He has stick length from the guy. He knows that his partner is cutting back, and he also is aware that this is the highest guy. He's not fully committing, but he's holding the zone and making the number 6 here make a play, which I love to see in defensemen. I am all about gap control. So this is a perfect example of it. This makes number 6 make a play. We got Makar here, his D partner. So it's essentially a 1-on-2, which is exactly what you want as a defenseman. And see how this plays out here. His partner does a great job of holding the blue line. I would have liked to see it a little bit earlier, maybe try and generate an offside or a dump, but he holds the zone. Makar's anticipating a dump or a chip in. So let's see how it goes. Yep, exactly. And Makar's right there to it. So that's like textbook why you need to hold the blue lines. Makar holds the first blue line. His D partner holds the defensive zone blue line, and already Colorado's getting a chance at getting the puck back. So that's the whole point of playing defense. Okay, so the next shift here, we have Makar, and this shift is a good example of what makes defense really difficult. And he does a great job at it. So for younger defensemen, they really struggle when the offensive forwards are moving a lot. They're crisscrossing. You're not really sure who to cover. And Makar is a perfect example of what to do here. So let's start it here. So we got Makar here, and the guy he's covering right here is going to be all over the place. So just watch what he does. So right now it's Makar with 1, 2, 3 guys here. And Makar is doing exactly what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to just hold here. You kind of got to treat this like a 3-on-1, which I know is a tough thing to play, but that's what he has to do here. So let's watch it. Yeah, you just want to hold this, protect this area. He's doing a perfect job of it. Let's keep watching. Yeah, see how he's talking to his D partner? The chaos is it's calming down a little bit. So now he's trying to, as a leader on the team and a good defense partner, you're always communicating. He is telling his defense partner where to go. He's pointing. It's perfect. And another thing that's really important as a defenseman is you always want to be between the forward, this guy, and the net. You always want to be between them. That's very crucial, especially in the D zone. And Makar is doing a good job here. Yeah. And yeah, you see here, he doesn't really have a guy to cover. And this is where, like I was saying earlier, a lot of guys get confused and they might chase to one of these guys, which then leaves this really important area completely exposed. And this is what I like to see. You hold this zone. You protect the house, as my old coaches always called it. So he's doing a good job. He's just going to hang out here. And this guy's not a threat. This guy's not a threat when the puck's over here and Makar's covering the cross-ice pass. So it's exactly what you want to see when things are chaotic. Just hold the zone. It's really important for young defensemen to do that. All right, next, guys, we got Makar here defending the rush. I think his gap control is amazing. In this particular play, though, I would like to see him kind of taking an angle a bit more there. He's giving this guy far too much time, especially when he has his D partner. He has pressure, and It's basically man-to-man, and he has back pressure as well. I'd like to see this gap a little bit tighter. For the most part, he's amazing, but this is just one example I want to show you guys of why it's important to hold a good gap. So let's watch how it pans out. Yeah, so he's got the back pressure. This guy's tied up. He has this guy kind of covering this area. So he's kind of free range to go at this guy. He obviously wants to angle like he is, but he tightened up that gap a lot. Now he's on him, staying between his guy and the net. Perfect. Yeah, he's never, here, I'll show you again. He never really overcommits. He's not fully committing to this side. He's not fully committing behind. He's making the forward make a play, but he's not overcommitting. He's staying centered as well, which is really important. He's not lunging with his stick. He's just keeping it while his body stays balanced. So guys, this next shift with Makar, it's a perfect example of why it's important to stretch the play out. He does a great job in the neutral zone of creating space. So let's let it run here and I'll show you what I mean. So yeah, right now it's too tight, you know. He's waiting for this guy to get back into the neutral zone. He could have dumped it off the start. He could have just thrown it in, but this guy would have to tag up. I'm assuming there's another guy that has to tag up, probably two more that have to tag up. And that would have been essentially a turnover, which it's the easy, lazy play, but it's not very effective for your team. So what Makar does is he's dragging the puck back, pulling it back, killing time for this guy. Yeah, so this guy's tagged up, this guy's tagged up. He's pulled this guy with him. So now he's got all this ice here. He's got an outlet pass here. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, he's got all his forwards and they keep possession, which is crucial. That's what good teams do. They keep possession as much as possible. And yeah, draws a penalty. So that is why those lazy dumps, good teams don't do it, or good players don't do it. And that's a perfect example. So here we have Makar. He's basically it's a 1-on-2. He's got the back pressure and this attacking Canucks forward. His gap is a little big. I don't know if he just got on the ice or if he kind of came from this side over. I don't know, but for all intents and purposes, I'd love to see the gap a little tighter, kind of up by here. You're always trying to protect the blue lines. So I would like to see him up here, but he's such a good skater that it works out. So I'll show you how it pans out. Yeah, he's taking the angle. This guy really only has a shot option, and the goalie comes out, the angle's good. Unless you're just OV 5 years ago ripping it, it's realistically not going to be a goal. So it's a nice solid defensive play. It's showing why you should angle and why you should gap control. If he gapped up more aggressively at the start, it probably would have just been a chip in from the forward. So little shot, yeah, not even at the net, I don't think. So yeah, good play by Makar. So this shift is a penalty kill for Colorado. It's a good, like, I know Vancouver's power play isn't necessarily a huge threat, so it allows Colorado to be more aggressive, but this is a good example of when to be aggressive. So let's watch. So this guy, his back is to the play. He doesn't really have good possession. So Makar attacks. He's right on him. And he's killing some time here. He kills probably a few seconds, just keeping it in his feet. But the thing here, as soon as you lose the puck, it chips up here, it chips out here. You have to get right back to your position. You can't be watching there. You have to get right back, which is exactly what he does. He's right back to where he needs to be. And then again, this guy's back to the play. He doesn't have good possession. Makar reads the pass that's coming, and he's on it. He's on it right again. And it makes this guy make a play. There's certain power play or penalty kill strategies where this guy would go, this guy would drop down, this guy would go over here. But penalty kill, it's constant 2-on-1s. So right now, his D partner is playing this 2-on-1. So he's doing a good job holding that position. And Makar needs to get right back, like I said before. As soon as he loses that battle, he's got to get right back to the house, as I called it earlier, which he does. Yeah, that forward drop down, took away the pass, and that is textbook penalty kill right there. So in this shift, the earlier shift where I explained why stretching out the neutral zone is really important to create space for your forwards to get open. This is an example of why it's important to do it in the offensive zone as well. So the way you do it in the offensive zone is you see how Makar is right on the blue line. Like I think his feet are even outside the blue line. So if he was here, this guy is just a stick check away. So he's holding the blue, gives this guy some space to make a pass to him. Yep. And look, these two guys are now way up here, which creates all of this space. And this pass is open if he gets it quick enough here. So, and that's just from Makar holding up here. It's so crucial to stretch out the defense of the other team. And he's still up there, he's still holding. And yeah, again, if he was right here, like this guy can just pounce on him right away. So his feet are right on the blue line. It's crucial to do that. This is a little ballsy. He's a good enough skater to get away with this, but I don't really recommend this to everyone. Trying to make that move on the last man back. Maybe would have been a little safer to do like a little chip in and chase it, but he does have the back support, and they're pretty run and gun. They got a lot of fast forwards. They can back check fast, and they are first place for a reason. So yeah, it's a little ballsy to do this play, but it doesn't go too bad for him. Yeah, his skating saved him. He's just such a good skater that he was able to pounce or turn quick enough. Overall, that's why you hold the blue line there and stretch out the forwards. So in this shift here, it's a good example of being aware of what period you're in, what your forwards are doing. So in the second period, typically your bench is you're on the far change. So for your forwards, you need to give them time to change. And you gotta be very cognizant of your change. As a defenseman, never let yourself get till exhaustion if you can help it in the second period, because that change feels very far away if you are tired. So Makar does a good thing here where he's buying time for his forwards to change. He's letting a change happen, getting his forwards in position, so he's just buying time. And he's also drawing these guys to him. So yeah, giving his forwards time to get in position. This guy's open. People that are newer to hockey may not understand why this takes place, but it's essentially you're buying time. The good players are very aware of what's going on with all of their teammates and everyone on the ice. So that's exactly what's going on here. With this shift here, Makar does a good job with using the net. I think it's a very underutilized thing, defensemen. I don't think a lot of people appreciate that defensemen do this a lot. It's kind of a skill that helps you. So I'll show you here. Makar's got back pressure on him, this guy here, and he uses the net as like a pick in basketball. It's such a useful thing to use the net, kind of like an extra guy that's just blocking. You can't give the net an interference penalty. So Makar does a great job. And this guy, he loses angle. He has to go behind Makar. He can't cut him off. And then Makar's got him. He's such a good skater. And you even want to cut up again so the guy can't cut inside on you. But yeah, Makar's got him here. He's just wheeling down the ice. Man, he is such a good skater. And yeah, he keeps going. I love seeing this. His forwards know how he plays, so he's got someone hanging back. The thing, like I said in the penalty kill earlier, as soon as you lose that threat that you're creating or the other team gets possession, you got to get out. You got to get out, get back to your position. You're a better defenseman than your forward is at defense. If that makes sense. So Makar's got to get out. He doesn't right away. Like Vancouver's got possession here. He's got to get out and trade off. So he finally realizes it, but he's already, again, this guy is between him and the net, which I've said before is like one of the most crucial things about being a defenseman, especially when the other team has the puck. So he's got to get back. He's got to boogie. And this guy ends up missing the pass. It just gets deflected. But if this pass got through, obviously Makar's a good skater. He maybe could have caught him, but maybe not. And if you're not Makar, it probably for sure would have got caught. So thankfully it works out for him, but he could have got burned there. In this shift here for Makar, he does a difficult breakout that I think I'm not a big fan of, but the way Colorado plays is built for this. They're very run and gun. They don't really reverse the flow of the game very often. So you'll see here, Makar, there's a rim, puck's right here. There's a rim, and kind of the flow of everything's going this way. His forwards are going this way. His D partner's going this way. Some teams, I like to reverse the flow, but with the forwards Colorado has, they don't. They like to go. They like to go. They don't D to D very often. And it's one way to play, and depends on how your team plays. So it's just something to be aware of, the system that your coach has in place. So Makar just keeps the puck going. Forward drops down. They got these guys going here. It works out. I personally, when I play, like to reverse the flow because you got all this space over here. So I like to, have my partner drop down, D to D, up here, forwards kind of transition this way. But I don't play on Colorado, and I'm not Makar. So, this is a good example of just keeping the flow going. And beautiful breakout. Great play by this winger. That is very hard play. I think flies under the radar how hard that is. Takes the hit, and that's all you can ask, really. This shift, we got a textbook example of footwork off the wall. To me, this is one of the most crucial things defensemen need to practice when it comes to offense. I'll show you what I mean. Puck comes up to Makar here, and if you're here, you don't have much. If you take a shot, like the angle that you have here, like it's very likely not getting through. You could reverse it back down, but these guys are probably already going to the net. You got a guy here. If you your main option is to do what Makar does, and it's a tricky play, and he does it perfectly. Pulls it to the middle, takes this space, and it's textbook what you're supposed to do. It's just you got to practice it a lot. And I don't think a lot of people practice that as much as they should, because it just buys you so much time. It gives you a better shot angle. Now, if he wants to take a shot, the lane's better, the angle on the goalie's better. Just the probability of a good play happening is a lot better. Passes it to his D partner. Here, I would like his D partner's clearly going at the net. He's got one forward back. I would like to see him pull out. He doesn't. He's a good enough skater to get away with it, but most defensemen, like I said before, your offensive threat is over. Get out, especially if your D partner's going in. You got to get out. You're always on that hinge. Yeah, they almost got in trouble here. Like right now, we got 1, 2, 3, and 4 guys down. You got one guy back, and it's your forward. This could have been really bad. They're up 3-1. I mean, 4 minutes left. You really shouldn't be doing this, but again, Makar's a good enough skater that he can get back. So in this shift, 3-1, Vancouver's about to pull their goalie. So it's about to basically be 6-on-5, like power play style. If you don't know, that's what pulling the goalie kind of does for you. You get an extra player on the ice. So Makar does a great job of demonstrating why a good gap is important and holding the defensive blue line. Especially they're trapping here, so it makes it easier, and it's kind of like a set play. But I'll show you what I mean. You got Makar here, holds the zone, and this guy, this forward, he has one option. That's a chip in or a dump, hard dump. Realistically, he probably should have hard dump, but I'm not here to analyze forward. Does a light chip in. Colorado gets it. Maybe not the best play there, but it's a good example of why holding blue lines, having a tight gap, is so crucial as a defenseman, because you get the puck back more often, which creates more offensive chances for you guys. What do they say? They say good offense is a good defense. I don't know. But yeah, that is it. So that's a wrap on the game. Colorado ended up winning 3-1. Makar, I think, played great. There wasn't many threats against Colorado, to be honest. But I think a lot of that has to do with their defense was really good at controlling the gaps and making Vancouver turn the puck over. And I think that's a big takeaway from this game is gap control. Makar did a great job at it. And yeah, let me know who you guys want me to analyze next game. I'm hoping to do one of these a day. So I'm focusing on defensemen and trying to teach defensemen a lot of plays that don't get the limelight that they should. And I hope this helps.